Hey guys, Tony here. Good morning. So, I did get a request for DNN, Denison Mines Corp. I kind of set up, the support and resistance, and just your general kind of upward movement on the trend here for, it's just to kind of save time. I don't think I need to do too much TA on this. For right now, let me fix the trend line. This is why I hate using my phone. There we go. Fix it to like right there. So, as of right now, I think my bias is down, to be honest. I think, as of right now, it is just kind of trading in range between, 132 and 148. I'd say that, you might be able to swing this from here to here, but, I'd say my bias is towards the low side. Just looking at the 4-hour chart, even on the Stoke, right, you can see that it hasn't really had a lot of movement to the upside, right? So bull cycle sideways, you have another bull cycle here. You went up, crossed resistance, and then just kind of came back down, and then you have another bull cycle starting right now. I think you're actually at peaks right now. I mean, this kind of looks like a head and shoulders pattern, honestly. So like I said, I'm more bearish to the low side. I think at most you might see a retest of 149 or so, or if anything, you just kind of bounce from here because you're obviously retesting this as resistance. So, I can see just a drop to 133 from here. I mean, if you look at the daily, you do have a bullish crossover to the upside, which is great. And overall, trend seems to be consistently up, right? At least from what I can see. It's just been sideways trading for a very long time. And it seems like it's actually, let me look at the monthly chart. I actually don't know how this thing's actually trading, longer term. So it's been, oh yeah, I'm definitely bearish on this. I personally would never trade a chart that looks like this, especially right now that October is, it's starting another bear cycle, and it tends to react pretty well to those. I can't deny that it's been an upward momentum ever since back here in November last year, but keep in mind the overall trend is still to the low side. And not only did you, what was the high back here, 181, 180, so you did create it's 181 and 180 is not really a big difference, but it's still a lower high, which is the bad part, right? So keep in mind that you still have trend here, but everything is pointing down. So, if I had to take a quick guess, I'd probably say you're more than likely going to retest trend, right? I think at some point, that's a pretty easy guess right there. I don't know right now, short term, it'll probably go back up, maybe. It probably looks like you might see a nice retest of 150, or you probably just go straight down to, 133, because you have somewhat of a pretty perfect head and shoulders pattern playing out right there. And you guys know that I don't really like trading, candlestick patterns unless they're, insanely clear, right? I don't like making stuff into stuff that isn't. So, if you see a head and shoulders pattern and it's like this shoulder's like up here, the head is like, super high, and this shoulder's like down here, like that doesn't make no sense. Like the only way I trade candlestick patterns is if they look 100% clear, and right now it's not clear, right? You actually have a run to the upside, but this actually needs to come down to 133 in order to play out, and then after it breaks support, you're basically going all the way down to 113. But I think right now I can expect I'm more biased just because you haven't really seen a lot of bull momentum, and when you do get bull momentum, nothing really happens. You just kind of trade sideways, right? So you went from 140 to 148. You only had a 10-cent move to the upside, as opposed to what happened last time here at in August, where you ran from $1 all the way up to $1.80. So I gotta say I'm pretty bearish right now. I think we're gonna be consistent on trend on the low side. I don't think you're gonna end up recovering. At least not to 181, right? So I think you're still going to see something like this play out where, you have price consistently hitting this trend and then going down. I mean, again, you can definitely run up to, you know, 148, but I think for the most part, I'm a little biased towards the downside, just because the monthly chart looks absolutely horrible. And you know, this is a ticker that's been trading for a while now, and you know, all the way back here, what, at 14 cents it IPO'd, and it's currently sitting at 143. So you know, just that alone, just seeing the long-term chart is like super ugly. But so, you know, I do think when I look at charts like these, I immediately, you know, I'm immediately bearish on stuff like this. You know, I think, like I said, it might come back down a trend and it might run up again because it's consistently on the upside, but I wouldn't even touch this chart. There's a big chance that, you know, even if it does run back up again to like 181, there's a big chance that it'll drop all the way back down to like under $1. Remember, always look at the long term, man. Just just go to the monthly chart. If the chart is actually consistently in a gradual raise or like in a gradual upside, fantastic. That's your cue to get in. But if from IPO, the chart looks like it started at like 15 bucks and it's now at $1, and it's been like this for years, why are you trying to catch a falling life? Makes absolutely no sense, and you're ruining, you know, the probability of you being on the correct side of something. You know, unless you want to short this, which I would be completely okay with, shorting this at like 180 or so. But yeah, DNN, not my cup of tea. I think more than likely it's gonna come back down a trend. But you know, it really, these tickers tend to perform pretty abnormally due to a lot of random volume coming in. You know, penny stocks just kind of perform when there's a lot of volume, a lot of talk about them. So, you know, TA can show that it's going down, and then tomorrow they get like 100 million volume, and then it starts running up to like $3, and the next day it'll drop to like 50 cents. So just be careful with these. You know, my bias is towards the downside. I would never trade this personally, but you know, be careful, because these charts are always the ones where, you know, people lose the most money. So I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.